Hello everyone and welcome back again. As you can probably see from those running shots, I've done quite a bit of work to the scenery, which I'll talk you through in a bit. So this is another one of my updates, and I sound like a stuck record, but as you know, I don't do an update unless I've got really something half decent to show you or some progress that I've made. Now, as you can see, I've got the old Swallow HST out, and you saw this on my other video. This is the later one I bought, the latest Hornby one. Now, I've had both of these two running on this layout for probably best part of 2 hours now, just going round and round and round. I had one derailment, just one, from this HST, one of the coaches, which ain't bad. I mean, nearly 2 hours with just a really minor derail from just one of the bogies on, I think it was coach 3 or something. So, reason I'm telling you that is because as part of the ongoing update, as part of the progress I want to make, not only do I love doing all this stuff, all the scenery, which I'm going to show you in just a second what I've done. It's probably my favourite part. I know there's been some videos on Hunt couplings, and I've had quite a few comments, not reviews, quite a few comments asking me, am I going to get Hunt couplings for the HST? And the answer to that is definitely yes. I mean, you can see the gap between them with these tension lock couplings. It's a bit ridiculous. You know, the second one don't look too bad actually, but these are the later coaches, but it's quite a substantial amount of gap. So I want to get the Hunt couplings and sort of get these, you know, squashed together a bit more. And also it's about more reliable running. I've been looking at a recent video by one of the YouTubers and said, you know, how it's a game changer and, you know, you got to do it because it reduces all that decoupling, if you like. So you'd have your train going round, and if you don't keep an eye on them, it's left half your train behind and then smashes into the back of it. So that's going to be one of the things on my list. But let's just have a little look at what I've been up to, and let's see what progress I've been making on the layout. Apologies for the lighting. I know the lighting's not great up here. If it comes out too bad, then I'll probably end up refilming this. So I'm going to do a preview just to see how it actually looks. But looking at the actual camera, it doesn't actually look too bad, the lighting. So let's see if we can get away with it. Right, anyway, so starting at the top here, as you can see, I've got this massive tree. The tree was made out of Woodland Scenics armatures, and then I got some of that what is it, seafoam. I've got the seafoam, and what I've done was I glued it on there. I tried the conventional way that I've seen online where they use super glue. It just didn't work for me, so I found myself sort of hot gluing the seafoam to this. All right, so now with the seafoam, I got the Knock one originally, so it's Knock seafoam. I'll show you the boxes in a second, but it was quite substantial from the second lot I bought. The second lot I bought was a big batch of it. Don't know if there's a shortage on this seafoam stuff, but if you look at this tree, now each tree takes roughly about 5 hours to make, to be fair, about 5 hours. And then what you do is you flock it with Knock leaves. This is mid green, and then on top of that, just to highlight it, is light green. And then what I've done was I just blasted over it with the airbrush with a bit of brand, just to sort of take the dairy off it a bit. It was a little bit too luminous. One thing I can't stand is luminous trees on layouts. I think it's such a shame because it spoils it and it can look a little bit ridiculous. Got the sheep. Yeah, from the last video, I told you how many boxes of these Pico sheep I had to buy just to sort of make it look half decent. You would notice as well that what I've done is I've done static grass on there. The static grass is actually just 2mm grass. Now, the 2mm grass, there was a couple of things behind this, really. One of them, I saw a channel, he recently released a video and he said you wouldn't really see that much grass sticking up. like from that sort of distance, which I totally agreed with him. So I went with a 2mm grass, and I didn't want all this ridiculous grass that looks like, you know, it's all laying everywhere and it's like green hay and green hairs, and I don't know, but I like it. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I've done different shades, as you can see. It's just not done one in one shade. The actual shades I've done it in, I'll show you. Right, so this is, I've done it in this one. This is 1mm dead grass. So it's got that light sort of blend to it. Sorry about the camera movement, you know what I'm like with me filming. And this one was the North Euro grass. Now, 2mm. Now, that was the base layer, and then the other one went on top of it just to give it that highlights. And I've got this. This ain't my idea. I took this from another channel. But at the end of the day, that's why we look at other channels, don't we, to like grab ideas and whatnot. So it came out quite nice, actually. And this, with this one, I've got light green coarse turf, just to add a little bit more interest to it, and to sort of cover that dodgy wall up. Well, it weren't dodgy, the wall, but as you can see, there's a shadow there. There's shadows under here as well. I know I'm being particular, but I don't like things like that. There's another bit here, so that's got to be done. So there's still quite a bit to work on. The back of it as well, that is not going to look like that. You see how I've got all brown paint over it. I was trying to make like a road with a little farm gate entrance, but it's not going to stay like that. There's going to be more of these trees made. When I get time, what I've been doing is, of a weekend in the mornings, I've been having a little guy at this while everyone's still asleep, you know, getting up early, having a guy at doing these trees. And so far I've got 3 of them done. So we got this one done, and we got this one done. All right, now there's another one further down over here, and this one looks a little bit different, and in my opinion looks a lot better as well than, say, that don't look too bad actually, and that does. And I think it's in a nice position anyway up there behind the farm shed. But like I said, it was different. It was using different seafoam from different manufacturers, and I'll show you now. Right, so this is the one I first started to use. This is the Knock seafoam. With the Knock one, even though I've only got a couple of strands left there, you can see they're really sort of bushy, nice sort of bushy strands, which once glued to the Woodland Scenic armatures, you can make some really nice trees like I just showed you in the video. So that's that one. That's the Knock one. Yeah, so that's that. Now this one, WWS Scenics, this one is a different creature altogether, because look, let's just get it all over my desk. Hang on one second, let's get this. With this one, guys, as you can see, there's absolutely tons of the stuff. It was a large box. It said mixed, but just see what I'm saying? They're these long, skinny stems, and no matter how much you rake through them, yeah, there's a big bunch of it there. They're all these long, they look quite impressive like that, but they're not. They're these long, skinny stems like this. Every single one of them are, which you can still do trees like I showed you in the video just a couple of minutes ago. You can still make nice trees out of it, but it doubles up your time, and you find yourself gluing sort of branches to branches and to branches and and then gluing it to that, and it's a bit of a faff, to be honest. And I personally wouldn't buy them again. I'd stick to the Knock ones. The Knock ones as well is what I bought me fine leaf foliage with as well, which I actually dress the trees with. But I'll definitely stick to that one, just because, as you can see, look, I've just opened the box. These are all my offcuts, by the way, and look how nice that is, you know, compared to that. So there you go, guys, just an heads up on it, just through my experience. You know, I might have just had a dodgy one, but I wouldn't go with this one. I would definitely 100% stick with this one, when it comes to making your trees, or probably anything else as well, because you buy it because you want to make like these trees or shrubs or bushes, whatever. But it doesn't do it for me, this one. It's too much hard work, and it, in my opinion, it don't look as nice as the Nock one. So there you go. Everyone's just super excited about this update. Right, so I left you here. That's where we were last updating on. Not much changed here. Still got the coarse turf, the Woodland Scenics coarse turf light green. Some more sheep with its babies. They're moving up the hill to the little farmhouse or little cottage. I've not long done this. This is just railway ballast. I'm going to darken that off with some inks just to tone that down. That was the tree I was telling you about, the Nock tree. As you can see, I don't know, it just looks so much nicer. The others don't look bad, but I just like this one better. And then moving down to the road tunnel. There ain't no road tunnel, guys. Got rid of it. I'll tell you what, that road tunnel was brilliant. The amount of comments I got for that road tunnel that was here was absolutely mental. You know, one of them really made me laugh. He said, what was it? Cars go over hills, not through them. That isn't true, by the way, because on the way to, when you go to Dover, just as you go through Folkestone, those of you that are familiar with Kent, yes, they do go through hills, by the way. Anyway, I don't care, just appreciate the feedback and the comments, but nearly everyone said that it just didn't make sense for it to be going through there, and where was it leading to, and so on. So what I've opted for was this little stream. I've done this stream, as you can see, it's still cloudy, so it's still wet, so I'm not going to touch it, but you can see how cloudy it is where it's still wet. But I've done this little stream. All right, runs all the way across. Bits and pieces in it. And then it comes over to this. One of my subscribers, or I think they were subscribed, but they messaged me saying, Lee, why don't you go for N-gauge? Go for an N-gauge tunnel mouth. And I'll tell you what, he was absolutely right. Because that actually, I don't know if you'd agree with me, actually looks the part. Yeah. So there you go, bits and pieces in there. I've tried to make it look as best I can, really. The resin's still wet. But it does two things. It actually adds a little bit of interest. I think it does. Adds a bit of interest to the layout. I always wanted water on a layout as well. But everyone models canals and whatever. I just wanted something a little bit different. So I went for this. I went for the just this little stream. All right, now also the stream, another one of my subscribers said, do a stream and you can have like the cattle drinking from it and whatnot, which is it was a good idea. Once it's dried, I've got some Mod Podge over there that I'm going to add some gentle, I mean really gentle ripples to it, because this should be, or it looks like it's set in summer according to the greenery and the shrubbery that I'm doing. This stuff will escape just about anywhere. I hot glued this plastic bit of packaging on here, and you can see that it's actually even leaked from here. I mean, stopping this stuff escaping is nigh on impossible. It's the second pour as well, so I only poured it yesterday, and it's quite cold up in the loft, as you could probably appreciate, but that's where we are with it. I don't know. I mean, let me know down in the comments what you think. What do you think of this little stream? I think it actually looks okay, and I do agree with you. You were right in saying it. Get rid of that road tunnel. It don't look right, and I totally agree. And now I think it actually adds a bit more to the country scene. It looks right. I'm thinking of extending this over just a little bit. Maybe, like I said in the last video, just bring it out a couple of feet, you know, just so that when you're watching the trains, it's that proper countryside scene, that nice setting, you know, rather than have like a stream and then boom, there's the end of your board. You might be thinking, Lee, mate, it's not the massivest update I've ever seen in my life, but there's a big but to this. Anyone that is subscribed to Kev at Medway Peninsula would know that he visited me. He visited me just for Christmas in November. We went to run some trains and I'd made a massive, massive mistake. Don't ask me how I'd done it. In all the excitement of getting away from Upminster Station and doing a nice country scene, I made a really, really critical, well, really bad mistake. It's with these tracks. Now, what I did was I didn't use track gauges to space the tracks apart. So in all the excitement of putting the tracks together, I'd laid this track or this track, whichever one you like, but both of them were too close together, which meant that you couldn't run two trains at the same time. As they were going around these sharper bends, now when I say sharper bends, you're talking about third and fourth radius. Third is the sharpest bend I have on my layout. And what they were doing, they were clipping and knocking each other. So basically, this inner rail, the whole lot of it, all the way across, all the way down, through the tunnel, out here. Yeah, all of this got ripped up. I had to rip the whole lot of it up and I had to relay it. I don't even know why I did that. I don't even know what I was thinking of. I've never done nothing like that before, but now they are spaced at the correct gauge or distances. And as you just saw, I just had both HSTs running as well with their Mark III carriages, and they weren't clipping, they weren't touching. So it was a load of work to get all this up. It's not just that, you've got to get all the ballasting up, which is only, a matter of, putting your water down and softening the the PVA glue up. But it's gauging it all, testing it, drop a wire in it, weathering it all so it looks right again. And it just seemed like it was just a load of work, and it took so much time as well. But anyway, enough of that nonsense, it's done. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that update. I did get asked in the comments, Lee, what's happening with Upminster Station? I haven't forgot about Upminster. It's not going nowhere. It's still here. But I've had that problem with the bugs, whatever it was, that done this. So I've got to find a way around that. The station took a right bit of a beating from them as well. As you can see, I could recover it. I could put a varnish over it. A lot of people have said, yeah, cover it with like a matte varnish once you've repapered it. But, me being me, this is the Wheels plastic brick kit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've come such a long way. This would be Mark III of Upminster Station, by the way. But I'd rather do it out of plastic, because the plastic, you know, it's not going to go nowhere. It's solid. It don't warp. It don't do nothing. I've never been a big fan of brick stuff. But saying that, it did come out all right in brick. So anyway, I might be having a go at that. I started it. Don't know if I'd be bothered with it at the moment, but Upminster's not going nowhere. I've still got to do the other canopy for the platform that covers right the way across this waiting room as well. It stops round about here. There's railings, there's this to do. So, no, I've not give up on Upminster. Upminster's still live and kicking. But there are still a few things here just to finish. I want a few more trees here. I'm going to have a pub up here in the background. It's mentioned by Gary Whitlock, a really good idea he's gave me. So you'll see that one coming along. Yeah, and of course this part here all needs doing when it goes over to the other part of the layout, heading towards Upminster. By the next video, the resin will be dry, the little stream will be finished. We'd have a lot more going on up here. Yeah, so there you go, guys. So there's the update. So I hope you all liked it. Don't forget to leave comments down below, because you know how much I love the comments and I always answer your comments. Tell me what you think about the stream. Was the stream a good idea? If so, tell me. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it. I'm not one of them that does a video because someone put a negative comment about me. You know, I'm not into all that. Just say what you say. That's the idea of doing it. And if you don't say what you say, then what's the point in posting anything if you don't like people's views? So, honest views, what do you think about the country scene? Any ideas you've got for it? Another quick thing as well before I go. I didn't know whether to sort of have like a little sort of bridging this, like a little cattle bridge, but then I don't really want the bridge to dominate the scene with this bridge across there, because that's all you're going to see, and it's supposed to be like a country scene where you concentrate, as I've said before, on just watching trains run. So let us know in the comments what you think, any ideas. Tell us what you think of the stream, obviously. Whoever thought of that N-gauge idea for the tunnel mouth was brilliant. I think it's worked great. Yeah, so there you go. All right, guys. So until next time, take care, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Cheers.